Hello, I am Victoria Seed and I am coming to you live today from the Vesta Approach in Manchester. I help professional women who are living with a loved one's drug or alcohol use to reduce stress, live a better life, live the life that they deserve to be living, and have the best chance possible of influencing a change. We can't change them, but we can influence a change in their loved ones' drinking or drug using behaviour if that's what they want. So I've been doing this work for nearly 2 decades and I can help you too. And every week at 11 o'clock, I go live about a topic related to addiction and impact on family. So today we are talking about 5 reasons to get help with a loved one's addiction, even when they won't. And this is one of the trickiest areas to navigate when you are living in this situation. You know, your loved one might not even believe they have a problem with their alcohol or substance use, and that is pretty common. So, what you can do as somebody that's living with it is go and get your own help because it can be incredibly upsetting, incredibly frustrating, to try and get through to the person that you love and you care about when it's just not working. And there are other ways to go about that. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So, the 5 things I'm going to be going through today are really 5 questions that I want you to ask yourself around this topic. Okay. So, the 5 reasons why you should get help with a loved one's addiction, even when they won't. So, first of all, what I want you to think about is what is the emotional and physical impact on you and your wider family. So you may have children, you may not, it might have affected other family members. So for every one person's problem alcohol or drug use, there's between 5 to 15 people affected around that one person. All right. So what I want you to think about is what has that impact been on you? So a lot of the time, when I work with the women that I help, you know, the impact has been that emotional impact of not being heard, about, you know, the energy that they've put into trying to save that other person and rescue them, get them to get the help that they need, get them to admit that they are using in the first place, whatever it is. So it's kind of the energy that takes, which then they can't put into other areas of our lives, like their career, their purpose, you know, whatever it is. It can hold them back from doing the things that they want to do. We only have one life, don't we? And we want to put everything we possibly can into that one life that we have on this planet. And it can stop us from doing that. We can be in a constant state of worry or stress, anxiety. You know, what version of my loved one am I going to get today? I don't know. So yeah, there's a lot of physical and emotional impact. And then there's children as well. You know, what version of their parent are they going to get? Is it going to be happy fun parent because they're intoxicated, or is it going to be grumpy moody parent because they've got a hangover or they're coming down from a substance? And this stuff, having a parent or carer who has issues with alcohol or drugs, can impact on children right through to their adulthood. So we want to be getting that help in place for us and them as soon as possible. Number 2, what would it feel like to learn strategies that will make your life better? And this is even if your loved one doesn't want to change. So, what would that feel like for you? Because the clients that I've helped in my work have been able to go out, you know, with their friends. They have been able to enjoy their time with their children without worrying constantly about what their loved one does. They have been able to influence a change in their loved one's behavior just by changing the way they are doing things and by working on themselves. So, in turn, that means that they can live better lives, focus on the purpose and the plan that they have for their own lives, and that is invaluable. Number 3, how might getting your own help benefit you? But how might getting your own help benefit you helping your loved one and your family and kids? So when you put yourselves to the top of the pile rather than at the bottom of that pile, you are going to be filling up your own cup. And we've heard this before, you know, it's Mental Health Week this week in the UK when this video is going out. So the stress and the trauma and the mental impact of living in this environment, there might be secrecy, there might be lies, there might be covering things up, there might be trying to protect people from losing the job. All of those things takes its toll. And then it means that you are unable to actually effectively make a change, support your loved one to make a change, and also support your children through that process, because you're left completely and utterly drained. So what we need to be thinking about is how can you learn some effective evidence-based strategies that I've been teaching for many, many years, that then you can go away and implement that week and get used to working in that way, so that all of your energy is not being placed over here where it's just not working and not making any change. So we want to be focusing your energy where you can create a change for yourself and in turn, hopefully, for your loved one as well. So number 4, think about how long you have been waiting for a loved one to change and how much longer are you prepared to wait. So this can cause quite a bit of tension when I ask this question to people, because obviously, you know, probably the average that my clients have been waiting for their person to stop drinking or using drugs or cut down or whatever it is that's going to make your life better. It's between 2 and 15 years with the clients that I've worked with just at Vesta, not all of the other clients over the last 20 years. So how long are you prepared to wait in order to get that change? And only you can answer that. I can't answer that for you. And number 5 is, would you like to have that best chance possible of influencing a change in your loved one's alcohol or drug using behaviour? Because that is what I offer in my work. And although my work is primarily focused on my clients, which are usually professional women, business owners and executives, you know, through doing this work, you do have the best chance possible of getting your loved one to change. And most of my clients, a vast majority, so around 80% of clients, find that when they do this work on themselves, when they're setting healthy boundaries, when they're sticking to them, when they're reinforcing them, when they've got someone on their side to do all of this stuff, then they find that actually their loved one is left with a real choice around how they want to live their own lives. And that's what initiates a change. So how would that feel to have the best chance possible of doing that? So have a think about that. Let's have a recap there. What has that physical and emotional impact been on you? Think about that. Take some time, write it down if you can. What would it feel like to learn strategies that work to make your life better whilst living with your loved one's alcohol or drug use? Number 3 is, how might getting your own help benefit you in helping your loved one and the rest of your family and your kids? And number 4, how long have you been waiting for your loved one to change? And how much longer are you prepared to wait? And number 5 is, would you like to have the best chance possible of influencing a change in your loved one's alcohol or drug using behaviour? Because if you do, please get in touch. Remember, I am a private service. I am not free, but I will post some links to some free organisations for those of you that can't afford to pay or are not in a position to pay for a private and confidential service. All services are private and confidential, but there are other services that you can go to for help as well. If you want to have a conversation with me about that, just please drop me a DM. If you are watching this and you know anyone that's in this situation, share the link to the video with them from whatever social network platform you're looking at. And also, you can get my free 10 ways to family recovery with all my top 10 tips straight into your inbox. And I'll post the links below. Any questions, comments, drop it in the comments or drop me a private message, and I will see you next week.